Hello everybody and welcome to your next training. The last training we did was on probiotic with organic inulin fiber powder and L-glutamine. So if you have not watched that training, I would encourage you to go back and watch that training because a lot of what I said about that applies to what we're going to say about the Nutri probiotic. And there's not much more to add. So I'll just add a few things. So Nutri probiotic is our longest running probiotic. It is definitely over 6 years old. So it was here before I was here. It may be a decade old product. I need to check that out. But it has really stood the test of time. It is perfectly positioned for price, for the fact that it is Canadian and everybody wants to buy Canadian. And we do have a very unique product because we add 250 milligrams of L-glutamine to our dairy-free, gluten-free probiotic. Now, one thing I didn't mention in the last video that I want to mention now is what lowers the amount of good intestinal flora, our good guys, our acidophilus, our bifidobacteria. What is responsible for decreasing that good, healthy intestinal flora? Number one, antibiotics. Oftentimes when you have an infection, you're prescribed antibiotics. You're not always prescribed probiotics as a follow-up. And if there's any lag time in between the time that you ended your antibiotic cycle and the time that you start your probiotics, if there's any window at all, it's often the case that the bad guys, the pathogenic bacteria, come back much more quickly and with a vengeance. So many people find themselves on that antibiotic cycle. They're given antibiotics, it initially clears the infection, they feel better for a short term, and then the infection comes back and it's actually much harder to get rid of the second time. These strains have adapted, they have become stronger, and they have made more problems for you basically. So you go on the antibiotics again, you're already feeling worse. Take the antibiotics, okay, some improvement, the infection's settled. Couple days, it's back with a vengeance and you're on that cycle. We've all seen this, some of us have been on it ourselves. So we want to follow up any antibiotic regimen very quickly with probiotics, okay? So immediately starting the probiotics is key. That's going to replenish the good guys, okay? Because antibiotics defeat the infection. They kill the bad guys, but they also kill off your good intestinal flora, your acidophilus and bifidobacteria also get destroyed, okay? So antibiotics, sugar, high sugar diets, that's feeding the pathogenic bacteria in the gut, okay? Especially things like Candida albicans. So high sugar diets, high carbohydrate diets lead to imbalance. Coffee kills off your good intestinal flora. So if you're like me and you love coffee, you gotta take probiotics. Chlorine in our tap water. If you consume tap water, there's a lot of stuff in there, including chlorine. Why do we put chlorine in tap water? To kill bacteria. Well, it also sterilizes the gut. Okay, so those are 4 key reasons to consider probiotics. Number 5, stress. When we are stressed, that lowers your good, healthy intestinal flora. So we need to take probiotics, especially in times of stress. So a lot of great reasons to supplement with a probiotic, and those are the things that are mitigating and challenging your gut flora and getting you into a state of imbalance, okay? So just like with our organic prebiotic and probiotic powder, we've got 7 clinical strains, it's shelf stable, it's dairy free, we input 45 billion at the time of manufacturing, minimum guaranteed, could be more, but minimum guaranteed is 16 billion at the expiry date, so several years later. And they're all clinically proven colony forming units that will adhere to the colon cells and replicate and colonize. Dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, GMO-free, all very important. And the glutamine, because we need it to heal leaky gut. Again, 7 out of 10 have leaky gut. 250 milligrams is a great place to start. You could definitely take more, but it's nice and convenient to have it in one place. Many people just want convenience. So if you have 2 supplements in one, and you're not asking them to take this and that, then your compliance will go up and they'll get the result. And they'll be very thankful for that. Thanks guys, let's see you on the next training.